Hello everyone, Dr. Barrett, Vibrant Life Center. Hey, today I want to share with you something a patient brought in. This, I don't know if that's backwards or not, hopefully not. Maybe it is backwards. Called Pure Organic Stevia. And anyway, the reason I wanted to share with you is that when you are reading these labels, we do workshops on this. Label reading is super, super important. If you're just looking at the front of this, everything looks hunky-dory. It's got the GMO thing, and all it says on the front is stevia. However, when you look on the side, you can't really see it too well because it's kind of small. The number one ingredient is actually a, what do they call it, a sugar, not a sugar, sugar alcohol. And this one is, where'd it go? Erythritol. So mostly erythritol and some stevia. This is not the only one to do that. There's a number of them that do that. Here's another one. I'm just going to show you the picture online because I don't buy this stuff, but I brought them to the workshops before. This guy right here, you may have seen that, stevia in the raw. Everything on the front of it is stevia. It's all stevia, right? But when you go to the label, where is it? Maltodextrin is the number one ingredient in there. And it is not so much stevia. Now, in their defense, the reason they do that is it's easier to cook. There it is. Maltodextrin and then the stevia extract. In their defense, it's easier to cook. If you're preparing food, it measures more like sugar, like you're accustomed to. Stevia, really challenging if you're not accustomed to it. It comes in droppers like this. This is good stevia. Also comes in powders, but if you've been cooking with it and you screw up, you like half a teaspoon too much, depending on how much you're making it. It doesn't take much to goof it up, and you got stevia disaster. It is not, when you get too much of this stuff, it is not pretty. This is nice. I kind of like it as just a little bit and stuff. You put it in your tea and things like that. Just a teeny bit of that. And the reason for this, by the way, is it's not sugar. It's a leaf, and it doesn't affect your blood sugar at all. So it doesn't cause pre-diabetes and things like that. It doesn't get you going. Whereas maltodextrin actually has a higher glycemic index than sugar itself. So kind of curious, why not just put the sugar in it? It's more damaging to maltodextrin and the stevia in the raw. By the way, that's not the only one. I'm just picking on that one because it's just the largest label. But it was just on Amazon, and where did that go? There's a whole bunch of these things. What are the other ones? Pure. I think there's Pure. This guy right here, and then the other ones that they got on there. Where'd that go? Let me go back here. Anyway, you got to read, the point is you got to read the label because they are not being forthcoming on the front. The front is not exactly it. Stevia is another one. What was the other very popular one? But like the main ones on the shelves at the Cub Foods and stuff are all sugar alcohols. So anyway, and sugar alcohols aren't the end of the world. But if you're diabetic and you got high blood sugar, your A1C is, 7, 8, 9, to get that under control, that's not a crazy tool, but it just isn't the best. And that's in a lot of drinks. And the reason that sugar alcohols actually kind of work is that they just simply don't absorb. They stay in your GI tract and they don't absorb. So they don't raise your blood sugar. But some people are sensitive to it. But, I just wanted to point out that, you buy this thing, the whole front of it is all saying stevia. And then come to find out it's, erythritol or something like that, xylitol, something like that, but which isn't the end of the world. I just wanted to point that out that, careful when you're reading the labels. So you get what you're buying. This is one of the things we use a lot. This is what I like to use in drinks. It dissolves. It's already a liquid, so you just throw a couple of drops in your tea or whatever, and it works great. But anyway, that's your tip for the day for keeping diabetes at bay, so you don't end up on the list. And and again, the whole story, the whole pandemic thing is about inflammation, managing your inflammation or tendency to inflammation. So you don't want to be exposing yourself to sugars, things that turn to sugar. So this is one of the tools. So this is not a cure or a treatment for COVID, by the way. Just Know that. we're not suggesting that. So we're not banned. Hopefully we're not banned today. So this is Dr. Barrett, Vibrant Life Center. Talk to you soon.